We'll stand Benedict first.
Each path.
Sorry. Alright, CJ.
The stream quality just keeps dying. There we
I
go.
don't know what's going on with that.
Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I'm sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals. So now we must agonize over our own decisions.
I agree with Benedict's strategy.
Pray, tell me what drives you to embrace Benedict's strategy.
Any concession to Hughette is like as not to result in a theft for our kingdom in the name of their perverse sense of equality.
I'm just waiting for it to fix itself.
I know what's going on with Discord.
That was just me. I was like, oh my god.
Perhaps. There we go.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. We're back.
Oh, I thought it was my screen. I was like, oh.
Perhaps the contribution of our dements and the crystals, coupled with the fall of Asfrost, should win us the unfathomable esteem in their eyes. Though the saintly seven control the salt, and though nothing added pressing Roselle to maintain their hold on power. So yes, I see little reason why they would look kindly upon recent converts, such as ourselves, making such an entrance.
And all the while we would know the truth. The goddess's teachings are a lie.
Precisely. We would meet at a swift end indeed, were they to find out that we know. Yes, there are plenty of reasons to strike them down now. What outcome do you foresee?
The people of Glenbrook will be treated no better than Roselle under Hyghette's rule.
The waiting game.
It's like loading or something, or?
There's nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just illegible. You can't...
There we go. On what grounds?
Glenbrook is the kingdom of unbelievers. We cannot guarantee every last one of our subjects will take up the goddess's teachings.
Are you not taking a rather dim view of all this? I should think nearly all of them will. Or at the very least, feign that they have, if that is the cost of living in peace and harmony.
Perhaps they are as flexible and resilient as they say. I'd certainly like to believe so.
They are, for better and worse. Useless as it is to tell you now, you needn't worry about the people. Rather, I fear they are too pliable, and will learn to hate the Roselle ere long.
Okay. Let me try going to like 720p and see if that helps. For the rest of you that can connect to me via Parsec, go ahead, so I can at least get better quality.
I wasn't paying attention. What'd you just say?
Join on Parsec if you're able.
Yeah, for
Okay.
better video quality at least.
So that we can read again.
Pretty much.
Parsec there, Sonny.
For my first time using it, Parasec.
Parasec.
It's a great Pokemon.
Alright. Downgrade to 720p, so hopefully that helps with the people in Discord.
Here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the Crown City, only for the king to speak of forsaking it. As a subject, it is my duty to follow his decree, and yet... My lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift.
Jules, are you using your normal mic? You sound a bit different.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Pray, tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance.
I agree with Benedict's strategy.
So you wish to enact Benedict's stratagem. What leads you to believe we should ally with Esfrost?
To surrender salt crystals would be to surrender our last remaining weapon. Would be but puppets to the Hierophant.
You have the right of him, our lord. They will take everything we hold dear, as suits to their perverse vision of equality. We need only look to the Roselle to see how well they tolerate dissent. How they tolerate dissent.
Indeed. Not for the esteem we gained in their eyes, we'd never have reclaimed the capital. But we ought to know more. If we submit to the rule...
I shudder to think what will become of us. Thus your use of the salt crystals to establish our standing with them.
Sweat and blood's fed this land, built it into a proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyzand. And Lady Frederica, while I sympathize, asks that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle. Benedict's got the right idea of it, I reckon. But even that doesn't...
Crap, sorry.
That's fine.
I agree with Benedict's strategy.
You think Benedict will get us through this too, eh? How do you reckon?
Our duty has always been to war for domain as people. We must stop at nothing to protect them both.
Aye. We have no way of knowing if the domain will be spared if we submit to Hyzand. And trying to free the Roselle is a sure way to get ourselves killed. Best decide with Esfrost and take the Holy State off the map. Then, right?
Indeed. We must learn to look past Esfrost's transgressions if we are to protect what matters most.
I expected nothing less from the Lord of the House. Excellent reasoning. Truly.
Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Frederica would see Hyzant hunt us down for all eternity. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent, or flee with the Roselle. Bold proposals, all. Our tactics must be flawless.
I agree with Benedict's strategy.
Why has Benedict's strategy swayed you?
I believe we can use the Soul Crystal to coax Esfrost into an alliance against Hyzant.
True. Our goals align for the moment, which means Usadov might entertain negotiations. You will offer our assault and military might in exchange for the death knell?
Yes, the one weapon that could reduce the goddess's shield to rubble.
A sound and logical proposal. And one with fair chance of succeeding. Though, we are not the only ones prepared to test a new weapon.
Hyzant has Elveric at its disposal. Yes, it's used in battle. However, it's severely limited.
Especially in a siege. If that's their only weapon, then perhaps we shall have little trouble.
It is time to cast our votes. The opinions before us are many. Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I have made up my mind. I stand with you, Lord Serenoa.
I put my faith in you, Lord Serenoa.
I've decided that this is what's best for both King Roland and us all.
My mind's all made up. You've got my vote, lad.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen. The way forward is decided. We will follow Benedict's plan and join forces with Esfrost to lay Hyzant low. Frank, you narrate.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come for judgments to be rendered and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
We have chosen our path. We shall ally with Esfrost and strike at the heart the holy state of Hyzant.
So you would kiss Gudstudol's feet and bribe him with salt. I cannot abide this idiocy. You will defeat Hyzant only to be conquered by Esfrost.
We are well aware of Gustadolf's cunning. He shan't take advantage of us.
You would ally with them, only to stab them in the back later?
If need be.
Have you no shame?
Says the king who would deliver his own people to Hughette.
Yes, for that is how we secure peace for the many at the expense of the few.
You know that it's not true. Hughette would conquer all of Nozelia if we give them the salt crystals. I'll be forced to worship the defeated goddess and follow her orders. Just as Roselle would have the source.
See, House Wolford is determined to walk their path astride Esfrost. But as King of Glenbrook, I will not allow it. Lord Wolford, I command you to march on the duchy and strike down Gustadolf.
What?
You remain my vassal. I dare you to defy me.
Roland, Your Majesty.
You are bound by nothing, Lord Serenoa. You are no one's vassals.
What are you talking about?
Now's not the time, Benedict.
Lord Serenoa is not the son of Lord Simon.
Simone.
His true parentage is none other than His Majesty King Regna.
You cannot be serious!
King Regna fell in love with Lady Destra, commoner living in the Crown City. When it came to light that she was with child, King Regna bowed to pressure from the royalists and had Lord Simone take her in. She bore a son, who you know today as Serenoa, heir to House Wolford.
If this is true, and you are my elder brother, then you are not bound by my command.
Hold! Roland is the one with the royal ring, is he not? Even if this story is true, it is not Roland who holds claim to the throne?
Roland was not the only one entrusted with a royal ring.
So you possess one as well, Serenoa?
I do.
Tis genuine. There's no mistaking it. What Benedict says must be true. I've always admired you, Serenoa. I knew from the moment we met that you were worthy of respect. I always felt you to be my better, even as a leader. Yet I still felt a closeness with you I could never place. Now, at last, I have.
Roland,
All the more reason why I cannot concede to you now. least of all to you, dear brother. Serenoa Wolfort, I challenge you to a duel. To the victor goes the crown.
Pray, let us think about this.
On your guard, Serenoa! I do not say this in jest.
Cease this quarreling at once!
Frederica.
She had to go do something.
Stop them, Benedict!
I cannot. They must settle this here and now if we are to move forward.
Listen to Benedict. This is not your fight. Do you have the courage of your convictions, brother?
Roland, stop this madness! I have no desire to sit upon a throne. I only wish to aid you in protecting our kingdom, the only home I've ever known.
I have no doubt you've been a peerless friend. I would trust you with my life. But the truth has been revealed and our paths diverge. You said it yourself, there can only be one way forward.
That's not to do with our lineage. Our bloodlines need not be shackles.
Shackles! I have fought tooth and nail to protect what you now decry!
I know you have suffered, brother.
How can you? You who had your father's love, the unwavering trust of your subjects, who proved yourself time and again so effortlessly. I ask you to prove yourself once more.
Roland, please!
I have toiled in your shadow while you led House Wolfort to glory. I have revered you and envied you in equal measure. I longed to be like you. I longed to claim victory over you. Just once!
I'm not worthy of such adulation. Nor am I alone the reason we've come this far. We're all in this together.
You would seek to erase yourself from our history if you knew how I felt. Don't you dare shrink from me! Stand and fight so I can best you!
I have no will to fight you, brother. I want none of this!
But life does not always turn out how we want. Of this, you and I are now keenly aware. You asked me to put aside my feelings when you talked of joining with Esfrost. Now, I ask you to do the same! Prove to me you have what it takes to deal with Esfrost and crush Hyzend! That you can cut out a part of yourself to do what you will... That you can cut out a part of yourself to do what you think must be done! Show me you can create this bold new future you speak of!
Very well. The scales of convictions have spoken. The House Wolfort shall heed their word. You stand in our way, seek to prevent us from walking the path we have chosen. Then so help me, as Lord of House Wolfort, I shall cut you down where you stand!
Yes, let us see who is the better between us.
On your guard!
Yeah!
Yeah! Cha! It was me, dear brother.
The end cannot escape your shadow. For me, it is only fitting that it is you who strikes the final blow.
Will become a Glenbrook.
That is up to you. I leave the kingdom in your hands. You have the ring, the royal blood, and it was House Wolford that reclaimed the kingdom. The people and the nobles will assent to your rule. So long as I am gone.
This is no time to waver, Lord Serenoa. King Roland initiated the duel. The terms are his to dictate. Letting him live will only prolong our troubles.
Think I do not know that? He has the impossible. My friend. My brother. He's not meant to die by my hand.
You are cruel in your kindness, Serenoa. I have neither constitution nor fortitude to be king. I cannot lead as you can, as our father did. I saw the terrifying limits of my abilities and sought the sweet release of surrendering to a higher power. How would you have such a coward live?
I've watched you confront these parts of yourself for as long as I can remember. Watched you strive to better yourself, to better everyone. You have my undying loyalty and trust. Oh, how admired you, my friend. How long to follow in your footsteps.
And follow you did. But now you must overtake me.
Michelle, just promise me one thing. Promise me that you'll watch over me. Every breath, every step, every word from my lips. And the moment you see me stray, you set me back on the right path.
This I shall do, seeing as you bested me in combat. Farewell, Serenoa. May we never meet again as brother or friend.
Not the parting I would have preferred, but as Roland himself noted, life does not always turn out as we want.
Not another word, Benedict. I do not trust myself to show restraint.
My love.
At least we have settled on a path forward. There is work to do.
King Roland!
Leave me, Hughette.
I cannot do that. Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
Take this as an order from that leash. Serve Serenoa as you once served me. I am the only one who need walk this path.
Your Majesty.
Dry your tears, Hughette. It is unbecoming for a proud member of the King's Guard.
How can you say that? I never expected our parting to be like this.
I am sorry. But there is something I would tell only you by way of apology. My disagreement with Serenoa and hatred of Frost were no lies. I will walk this path, carrying these feelings with me, perhaps forever. But my unwillingness to ally with Frost runs deeper than a personal grudge.
Is it because you cannot trust Gustadolf?
It is his idea of freedom I cannot trust. In a world of unbridled ambitions, people will stop at nothing to claim power. The strong will prosper, while the weak will struggle to survive.
So if we join forces with Frost, then someday Glenbrook will...
Yes, his ideals of freedom will inevitably create a clear division between the strong and the weak. It will become a place where even children are no stranger to suffering and sacrifice. I cannot abide by that.
I do not think Lord Serenoa wishes for a world like that.
Nor do I. But Benedict will stop at nothing to defeat Hyzant. Who knows what will happen once he joins forces with Gustadolf?
I understand. You wish for me to stay and watch over House Wolford.
Yes. You must take care of Serenoa in my place. And Cordelia as well.
You have my word. You needn't worry about a thing, Your Majesty.
You are a loyal and true knight, Hughette. And for that, you have my eternal thanks.
CJ.
Roland!
Cordelia! I'm sorry.
You needn't apologize. I understand how you feel. I am your sister, after all.
Thank you, Cordelia. Take care.
You skip the first line. I stand with Roland.
So you agree with King Roland? After we fought so bitterly to reclaim that which is ours, what leads you to give it away so freely? While I understand that it must have taken tremendous resolve to forfeit the kingdom for the sake of the people. Dang it, who's bugging out again? Which is that King Roland's hatred for Asphodel runs quite deep. Too deep, perhaps. So pray tell, what persuaded you to take his side?
We know too little about the Death Knell's true power. It'd be unwise to fight a battle in which we rely on the unknown.
I am comforted to hear that you share my concerns about the weapon. It is no lie if Gustadolf is willing to believe it will lead him to victory. Rather, I worry that it's not yet complete. Even if it were, I agree with you. We have no assurances as to its power. Moreover, Izant has a new weapon of its own. Its stores of Alfric.
That weapon every bit as unrefined as the Death Knell. And yet I cannot deny its power.
Precisely. As a mage myself, I can only imagine what secrets it hides. So we agree that antagonizing Hazant is unwise, given the undeniable power of Alfric. What then will you do once we submit to Hazant's rule?
Work to change the holy state from within.
In your capacity as one of the Saintly Seven?
Exactly so. I believe it can change the way they treat the Roselle.
I fear your vision is rather fanciful, my lord. You are but one of them. They only need cast you out to be rid of your trifling rebellion. I see no logic in handing them more power and expecting them to change their ways.
Indeed. Such a plot would also go against Roland's desire to save Roselia through the goddess's teachings.
I know you're doing this for Frederica. 'Tis noble of you, and I commend you for it. But you cannot satisfy her and King Roland both. You must choose between them.
I stand with Roland.
So you've cast your law with King Roland. Are you certain the surrender of the kingdom is the answer?
Roland is prepared to give up the throne in order to protect his people. We should honor his resolve.
I've no intention of doing otherwise. I stand by my king as I always have. He's done so much. He fought with every last fiber of his being to drive Esbros from our shores and reclaim the throne. He then saved Cordelia from their clutches, but now he'll surrender us all to the Hierophant. And for what? I'm
sorry, Hughette.
My head follows this logic well, but my heart cannot. Suppose we do submit to Hyacinth, my lord. What will become of us?
Esfros, starved of salt, will be forced to sue for peace. Have the chance to avert war.
So you believe negotiations may yet keep our blades in their sheaths? Tell me, do you really expect that Gustadolf will be cowed? Cowed. Simply because he is cornered? I wager he will seek any opportunity to gain the upper hand, and stage a fight as quick as it is destructive.
Perhaps he would not admit defeat so readily.
I should think not. Even without Salt, Aspros has iron and the Death's Nail. They care little for decorum, no matter what house or nation hems them in. They will launch a counterattack that could reduce all Norzelia to ashes.
I stand with Roland.
You agree with King Roland? What are you thinking, lad?
Usadov has taken too much from all of us. His greed cannot continue unchecked.
You'll hear no argument from me. Usadov's a lousy cur. I haven't forgotten all the blood he spilled. King Ragnar, the Crown Prince, to say nothing of taking the crowned city from us. He set this painful chapter into motion, and I reckon he's what pushed King Roland to want to ally with Hyzant.
He had his reasons. Ending Hyzant's salt monopoly, espousing freedom among them. I has disturbed the peace of Glenbrook. Indeed, all Norzelia for far too long.
Ha! So it's revenge you're after. Why didn't you say you were carrying out the royal family's revenge from the start? That much I can understand. And I'm sure you'll see it done, if it's the last thing you do as a lord of a high house.
I stand with Roland.
Tell me one thing, my lord. King Roland aims to unify Glenbrook with promises of peace for the masses. Peace he will achieve by submitting to Hyzant and destroying Esroth. How do you find his proposal?
Strategically sound. The time to topple Esroth is now.
Agreed. And with the salt crystals in our possession, there may be no better opportunity. Waiting only gives them more time to prepare the death snow. Though, do you not wonder if this is merely King Roland enacting revenge?
I take him at his word when he said he wants happiness for the masses. Though I am sure hatred for Gustav still burns deep within his breast.
As fitting. His Majesty is only human after all. Thank you. I appreciate your honesty. Pray that you do not in the execution of your grand strategy.
The way forward is decided. We stand by Roland, Benedict to Hyzant, and unify Norzelia.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come for judgments to be rendered and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
We have chosen our path. We will submit to Hyzan and bring down Esfrost in accordance with their wishes.
No. Pray, stop and think about what you've chosen. You mean to endorse Hyzan's control and give them the world?
I know well what this means. Forgive me, I beg you.
This is how we will bring peace and equity to all Nozelia, Frederica.
That is a lie, and you know it! Every moment of peace will come at the expense of Rosellan lives. What kind of equity is that? You would free the Roselle held captive within Hyzan's walls if you cared one whit about equity!
The scales have spoken, but that we could undo what is done. Alas, we cannot.
How could you? I thought House Wolford might show mercy and help free my people!
I know how painful this outcome is for you. But as a member of this house, I must ask you to accept the judgment of the scales.
Terranoa, you are an honest man. One who wants to do the right thing. Truth be told, it was those very qualities that I fell in love with.
Frederica, please.
But now I find it loathsome. What you would claim as righteous will destroy the lives of those who have no voice. So allow me to speak on their behalf. The Roselle do not recognize the judgment rendered by the scales of conviction. I will defend my people's right to live, and so challenge you to a duel.
You what?
Do you hear yourself, Frederica? Think about what you're doing.
I haven't the luxury of thinking about anything else. Stand back, all of you! Best your own betrothed in combat, and we may proceed with your strategy. If, however, I am victorious, I will leave House Wolfort and liberate the Roselle by myself.
Frederica, you didn't do this.
Clearly, I must do this alone. I wanted to be with you. Believe me, I did. But I cannot follow you down this path. I cannot abide the sacrifice of innocence. Of my kin! Draw your blade, Serenoa Wolfort! I regret nothing, my love. We have been through so much. I was proud to count myself as your family.
How was I? There's nothing for which I would have traded the time we shared.
But there is. I hope his friendship is worth it.
That's not what this is. He's committed to protecting his people. I respect that. He has a vision for a peaceful, equitable Nozelia. One he fights for. He has his ask for the noble sacrifice of kingship and kingdom alike.
And the ignoble sacrifice of an entire people. How many times must I say that the Roselle live here too?
Frederica, please! You must first ensure the safety of those in the Warfort domain. I cannot save everyone, no matter how much I might wish it were possible. My only choice was to end this war and save as many people as I could. Submitted to Hyacint's rule will ensure that our subjects can prosper like never before. So many will finally know what it's like to live in peace.
How wonderful for the people of the Warfort domain that their lord puts them above all else. To whom can the Roselle turn for such guidance and protection?
I shall stand for them when the time comes, but for now,
they must be sacrificed. You too shall turn a blind eye. You're no different than the others. History is littered with those who swore they would come back for us. Liars! All! I never took you for a liar, Serenoa. We have the chance to break this vicious cycle. You know we do!
Enough! Frederica! I do not wish to lose you like this!
You needn't lose me at all! Just relent this foolishness! Do you remember what you told me when you welcomed me into House Wolford? You told me this was my place now. My heart nearly burst. At last I had a home, a place I belonged. I swore to myself I would follow you to the ends of the earth. Now I scarcely recognize that naive girl and her fanciful dreams. You have gone to the one place I cannot follow. May my powers be enough to make you see the light. On your guard!
As you wish. Come at me with everything you have. Ugh.
You simply charge through everything, don't you? You have won, Serenoa. I submit to House Wolfort's judgment and accept any punishment rendered upon me for rebelling against the scales.
There should be no punishment, nor will I force you to betray your conscience.
I don't understand.
You have made your commitment to the Roselle abundantly clear. I would not see your compassion twisted or compromised. For, truth be told, it was those very qualities that I fell in love with.
Serenoa.
So, do not bend your will to mine. Go, now, while my back is turned. I pray that you stay ever true to yourself and never stop listening to your heart.
I knew there was good in you yet. You shall always have a place in my heart. Farewell, my love.
Wait, Frederica. I'm coming with you.
No. Geela, you must stay. House Wolford would need all the help they can get in the battle ahead. Please, take care of Serenoa and the others for me.
Is that truly what you wish?
I apologize for my endless selfishness. I cannot thank you enough for everything you've done for me. But now I must fulfill my own destiny.
I know you are determined to liberate the Roselle, but how will you accomplish that alone?
I will tell our story. The true history of Norzelia. To any in the realm who would listen. Of course, I do not expect their minds to change overnight. But I am sure that there are those who will believe over time, and they will help me save the Roselle. And someday, there will be enough of us to shake the very foundation of the goddess's teaching and carve a path to freedom for my people.
That path may very well open up for them, but getting there will not be easy, and the journey will be fraught with danger.
I know. But it is the path my mother walked. I will follow in her footsteps and go further than she did. I wish to see the future she could not.
It appears I have nothing left to teach you, but promise me one thing. Promise me that you will live. Frederica, no matter what happens, stay strong.
I promise, Geela.
Determined to free the Roselle, Frederica leaves her beloved Serenoa behind. Roland reveals the salt crystal deposits to Hughette and bends the knee, offering up everything, including the grand Norzelian mines, to the Holy State. The Holy One accepts his offer, joining the two nations in everything but name, and both Serenoa and Roland are summoned to the Hierophant's palace.